We are running tonight from Wells Fargo Center. Sixers 2-point losers the day after Christmas in Sacktown. And the Kings were off yesterday. Sixers losing in Chicago. That is
talked about his progression with Vlade Divac before the game, and he talked about how Cousins is learning to trust his teammates, sharing the basketball more.
Their son Ilyasova dealing with him.
Then tried to get into the painted area.
Generally credited with designing their low post. So Ilyasova in charge of Cousins to start. Season goal was to be named to one of the all-defensive teams. There is DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins off the T.J. McConnell miss. Sacramento, by the way, to your point about turnovers, they have converted all of those turnovers so far to points. And you understand the logic of putting Ilyasova.
His bench outscored 49-15. Brett said
team that is trying to end a 10-year playoff drought. They're 2.5 behind the number 8 team in the West. Largely led by Cousins. All of Sacramento's field goals thus far have come in the paint. Collison into the paint. Cousins, who could shoot the three. There it is, and down it goes.
He was out early. Actually, he was the first Sacramento King out.
And now defending him, Nerlens Noel, as Jahlil Okafor sits after 6 minutes, 4 points. Garrett Temple. Good defense by Luau Cabarrot on Collison, as he plays the two-man game with Cousins. Koufos got it done.
Here tonight, hasn't he?
He could do that too. Koufos had a mismatch in McConnell. The boogeyman in irons. Wow is right. What are you going to do? He's got it going on. He's got
start a game any day of the week. Means you're that much more important to a coach in close games.
7 Sixer turnovers here in the first.
And that was an avoidable one right there.
Cousins, rather lengthy three. He still has it going on. 18 points last summer. Gerald Henderson. 7 rebounds for Cousins. Temple. Okafor, the last line of defense.
Jahlil again.
8-game, 12-day trip. Believe it or not, they have a game tomorrow in Houston. This being the makeup game from that postponed November 30th game. Is
Flalo, his mark was a little late or napping. Either way, caught off guard, unable to recover.
Cousins, it would have counted. He'll help himself to 2 in the game.
Well, Nancy here, and she said, I quote, how talented 15 DeMarcus Cousins really is.
Ilyasova in charge of him. In the meantime, in a Flalo 3. There's Cousins putting it back. Give him. Now he's got to deal with Cousins. He's playing
post move inside. He's just used it to explode. So Jahlil didn't.
Doubles, points, and rebounds. Just saying.
No,
the guy is averaging a triple-double. I'm just saying, right?
No, it's incredible. Ooh.
Quite a pass, and Stauskas had to, that was a brilliant.
Never even tried that was Arvydas Sabonis. 1986, he threw it in the U.S. World Championships. It was the United States versus Russia. Look at, really got Nick open. Was he cut hard to the bucket? Defenders had to go with him. That left Nick wide open for a split second.
Collins hasn't missed tonight. 3 of 3. He's got 6. 7 continues to be the deficit. Has Covington, did he tie up Cousins? No, I think they're going to call a.
Both hands clearly on the ball.
8th point, that would meet his average.
Ready to shoot when that ball got to him, stepping into that one with confidence. Look at this.
Boy, Noel, his arm.
For a guy like Nerlens to keep up with that.
9 and a career high 24 rebounds.
Knowing that he plays well against him, well, he's picking up where he left off.
They go to Cousins out of the timeout, nearly lost it, got it back. It would have counted. Okafor was on.
And bring it underneath with a double clutch reverse layup. I'm not rewarding that with a foul.
By the way, didn't he? 31 points. The Sixer lead at 4, and plenty of time to go in this one. Okafor plunging in against Cousins, who denies him at the rim. Yes, here are the Kings now out of the timeout, only 6 to shoot. They get it to Cousins, pulling his way in, and he'll find his way to the line. Team from the line has missed his last 2. Covington for 3. Got it! Robert Covington following up his 21-point performance last night with 21 tonight. Getting the crowd back into it. Cousins for 3. Down it goes. Third quarter, led by the brilliance of Dario Saric. And now they lead by 8 with 3.5 to play. The Kings running out of shot clock. Oh, man. Kings get it back. Noel right up on Cousins. We'll get 2 more at the line. Nerlens saying, I was just
moving. I think all of a sudden it becomes susceptible to any kind. He's mad. Players will use that off arm, but he the number of fouls he has, so they're trying to
in for him. The Sixers protecting 3, and now Saric has to deal with Cousins, so all hands on deck. A Flalo for the tie, missed the 3. Cousins in the trenches, and again a whistle. And the Sixers a bit of breathing room. They're up 3. 90 seconds to play. Cousins at it again, and he throws down 2. You can't stop him. DeMarcus Cousins with 46. And of course they go to Cousins, and now Ilyasova glued to him. And naturally all hands will be on deck once again. That time he gave it up. Covington with a steal. The pass for Ilyasova, and he can't handle it, but we have a whistle and a foul. And it's going to be on DeMarcus Cousins, and he is gone, and they love it here at Wells Fargo Center.
I gotta admit, I didn't see it either, but let's see. Is it right there? Well, okay, he reached. It may not have had a
guy who could stop DeMarcus Cousins is DeMarcus Cousins. That said, we might be able to say here the official stops him with that call. He fouls out once again for the 4th time.
Well, but
he fouls out with 46 and 15 rebounds.
If you're playing with 5 fouls, partner, you don't reach. I mean, you just don't reach because it didn't have that much of an effect on the play anyway. You let Gerald go up the floor and you hustle back on D. You don't reach.
So here is Kings need a 3 to tie. Garrett Temple against Henderson. Can't get it off. A Flalo for the tie. No, and the Sixers win it. DeMarcus Cousins, a He-Man performance tonight. But Brett Brown's team wins it in the second of back-to-back games, breaking a 2-game losing streak.